Hey, what's going on, everybody? Ben here, and I'm about to show you my sit-down interview that I did with Brian Brewer. If you don't know who Brian Brewer is, he is one of the top affiliate marketers in the entire world, and in my opinion, the absolute best person you can learn affiliate marketing from. So make sure you take out a piece of paper and a pen and you take notes because we are going to be covering a ton in this interview. But before I get into this interview, I just want to remind you to please click that subscribe button and ring that bell. I am posting new videos at least once a week, and I want to make sure you stay up to date on all of my latest content. So without further ado, here's my sit-down interview with Brian Brewer.
Okay, we are live. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I am really excited today. I've interviewed a lot of great people through these lives, but today is without a doubt the most excited I've ever been to interview somebody. I put it this way: if affiliate marketing were a sports league, in my opinion, I've got the 2020 MVP of affiliate marketing right here to help us out and answer questions. So I'm really excited. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Brewer. Brian, how are you doing today?
Hey, doing great. Thank you so much for having me. Thanks so much for the great introduction as well. And welcome to everybody who's watching this on the live stream and anybody who's watching the replay. Excited to be here for you today.
We're excited to have you here. So I guess real quick, for people who, I know a lot of people know who you are already, but I'm sure not everybody does. Do you mind just explaining to everybody kind of who you are and what it is you do?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Brian Brewer, as we've determined. But beyond that, I'm a full-time affiliate marketer these days, and I've been an affiliate marketer since about 2012, and that's when I popped open my $200 laptop or whatever I had at the time and sat down at my kitchen table in my small apartment and just, did the Google search, how do you make money online? And that's when I came up with affiliate marketing and thought, okay, this is cool, right? Like I didn't have a whole lot of time to build an agency and I didn't have a whole lot of money to invest in inventory. And I needed to do something that I could, work on when I had the chance, but could step away and go do my real job when I needed to. And I was working a lot of hours back then. I was waiting tables in San Diego. We just had a baby, all that stuff. So I was busy. But I got into affiliate marketing and I've kind of hit different variations of that. I started with creating product review blogs, SEO heavy type stuff, promoting different affiliate programs, including Amazon, products on Amazon and stuff like that. And did that for a while, but never really had the opportunity to scale that to the point where I could walk away from my job. I got to the point where I was making $3,000-$4,000 a month, which was cool. But when you have a family of four at this point now to support, that's not going to cut it. So I was kind of getting burned out. I had two jobs. I was working all these hours and the thing about making more money is then you start spending more money. So I was kind of just still at net zero at that point. So in 2016, I sold all my blogs and got a little bit of money for them, which was cool. That's the key about creating assets, is that you never know when it's going to come and help you out. But then I went into a different style of affiliate marketing. And, just to kind of simplify it, I think it's more the affiliate marketing that your audience is going to be familiar with. Anybody who's seen me in the last couple of years, they're going to be familiar with, where you kind of become the face of your business, right? You put yourself out there on YouTube or TikTok or whatever, and you create content and you add value and you build your audience, and then you make recommendations for excellent products. And that's kind of where I am now. That's what really catapulted me to quote unquote success in 2016 and 2017. And my first big win was the Shopify affiliate program. And we can talk more about that strategy if you want in the live here. But that was my first big deal. And it was like, whoa, life-changing money at that point. And then since then, I've done a bunch of different things. I've created courses, I've done coaching, I've continued to do affiliate marketing. And then in 2020, I closed all my courses and I was like, I'm not selling courses anymore. I'm not offering one-on-one coaching. I want to help it scale, and I'm going 100% to the affiliate model. And that's where I'm at right now in the beginning of 2021.
Sounds like an awesome journey to me. Yeah, you mentioned Shopify. I do want to get into that in a second, but I just kind of want to ask, kind of go way back to the beginning, because I think when a lot of people start affiliate marketing or learn what it is, a lot of people are hesitant because there's a lot of, you tell somebody you're going to be an affiliate marketer and you get a lot of funny looks and you get a lot of, like, what is that? Like, is that an MLM? And like all these like kind of like negative things thrown at you. So for any, like, when you were first starting, like, what did you say to yourself to kind of keep yourself motivated and going and like saying like, yes, like this is something I can do?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, I mean, there's definitely some negative. There's a negative aura around it, or there can be, because there are some programs that are borderline MLM, which is, I'm not saying it's bad or good. It's just very different than affiliate marketing. And there's a lot of people who treat affiliate marketing, they'll spam links or what have you, and they'll look at affiliate marketing like, oh, I just need to get traffic to my link. And obviously, you as an experienced affiliate marketer now, it's not that. It's like marketing your own products, but allowing another company to handle the fulfillment, sales, customer service, and all that stuff. But for me at the time, it was a little bit different than now, because at the time I was doing product review blogs. So I was trying to be a search engine marketer. So at the time I'm thinking, okay, let's compile information about products. Let's try to create the best information that we have based on what's available from Amazon reviews and stuff, and create authority sites that are legitimate and actually do provide value, but also earn me the affiliate commission when people do the Google search, when they show up on my blog, and when they click over to Amazon or wherever else to buy the product. So for me, just kind of answer your question, it really was all about intent. And I know this is something Gary Vee, if you follow Gary Vee, he talks about. Really, it comes down to intent. And this was long before I ever was at first introduced to Gary Vee. But for me, it was about intent. Like, okay, I'm trying to create a better search result, right? So when someone's going to search anyways for what, like one of the first things I promoted was supplements, like magnesium supplements, zinc supplements. Someone's searching for the best zinc supplement or magnesium supplement as it was. But what if I could rank first and maybe actually provide some real good pros and cons rather than just, hey, buy them all or something like that. And so that was kind of what helped me, rationalize it, feel good about doing it, if you will. But in my mind, I also knew that was also going to help me rank better, right? It wasn't completely 100% selfless. It's going to help me rank better. It's going to help me make more money. So that's kind of where I was there.
Great answer. I love that, because I feel like I've said that a few times, where if you're just focused on trying to make a sale or, making $1,000 or whatever, it's going to be more difficult to really get started and get some momentum going, as opposed to if you're just focused on providing value, helping who your potential customers are, and pointing people in the right direction. So I feel validated for you saying that. Thank you.
Yeah, and I always say, it's kind of like the analogy, like a cat, right? Like if you try to chase down a stray cat, it's going to dart through the fence. It's going to go under the deck. If you're not going to be able to catch it. But if you sit there with a bowl of food in your hand, it's going to come right up to you, right? It's the same kind of thing. Like you got to provide something of value, and people will come find you. You can't chase down the money. You can't catch it. It moves too fast.
Exactly. So you mentioned your first big win with affiliate marketing was the Shopify program. And I've made a few TikToks about that, because their commission structure is it's insane. So I guess what was it about them that, you're like, okay, I'm going to promote this. And is that something you would still recommend to beginners with affiliate marketing?
Yeah, great couple of questions there. So first and foremost, to take a step back and do some context here. 2016 is really when I was like, okay, I'm going to start promoting the Shopify affiliate program. But in 2015, I took one of my product review blogs where I was sending traffic to Amazon and making my 5% commission or whatever it is. And I thought to myself, okay, I have this authority blog that's promoting a niche group of products, and I'm only making 5% commission. What if I actually drop ship them and I create my own Shopify store? And instead of sending my blog traffic to Amazon, what if I send my blog traffic to my store? Then I can make 40% on each sale, right? So that was the initial idea. And that was, once again, 2015. Just to kind of talk about that, the first thing that happened is conversions went way down, because I no longer had the trust associated with Amazon. So I was pretty much net zero at that point anyways. Like a 5% conversion, a 5% commission at a 15% conversion is a lot better, or about the same as a 40% commission at a 2% conversion, if that makes sense. But anyways, the point was, then I had the fulfillment issues. Then I had, lost shipments and customer service. I was like, whoa, crap, I don't want to do this at all. So I sold my blogs, as I mentioned, and one guy who bought them happened to be a drop shipper in the same niche or whatever, and great for him. But at that point, now here I am in 2016, like, okay, I tried the blogging thing. It didn't work out. I have experience with drop shipping and Shopify. It's like, okay, cool. This is obviously going to be a thing, right? There were a couple people who were big in the space. If you follow affiliate marketing, you probably know Franklin Hatchett and stuff like that. He was big into drop shipping back then. I was like, okay, cool. This maybe is an opportunity here. So what I did is I thought, cool, I have some knowledge. I have a product that I've used, and that's important, I think, in all affiliate marketing. If you don't know the product that you're promoting, you're going to suffer. You're going to struggle. So the best thing to do is learn the product that you're going to promote first. Learn, do, and then teach. So that's what I did. I took my experience with Shopify. I created a free course. It was about a 2-hour tutorial that showed people how to get a Shopify store set up, how to populate it with products at that time from AliExpress, and then how to run your first Facebook ad. And what I did is I just gave that away for free. I made a free course. Obviously, it had affiliate links for Shopify and for other Facebook advertising courses that earned me a commission and different software that help people identify good products. And I gave it away, and I created content on YouTube that essentially gave it away in bits and pieces. So if this course is 2 hours, then I would do a 10-minute video on this particular topic and say, hey, if you want to learn more, go check out my free course. Well, as a result, it was a lot of good timing, but my YouTube videos went viral. I think I generated like 60,000 leads in that first year for free. I've made over, just for fun, like $200-something thousand in front end Shopify commissions alone. It was like, wow, this is great. You know what I mean? So that was kind of the aha moment, like, okay, give first. And this affiliate marketing thing can really become kind of a passive income stream if you create content. So to answer your question, it was because I had experience with it, but it was also an opportunity. I don't think you should ever promote something that there's no demand for. And then for me, the drop shipping game became what it became. And I think we all know what it has become. And, for example, one of my YouTube channels, I had videos that were ranking and getting tens of thousands of views a day, and I simply pulled them because I didn't want to be associated with the drop shipping scene as it had become, right? And so I mean, it's up to everybody. If you have familiarity with Shopify and you want to be in that scene and you want to do it ethically, I think it's still okay to promote. But if you're just getting started, I wouldn't necessarily go to Shopify as a good affiliate program, because it's a lot harder to get approved now that they're a big company, right? They only want the top tier affiliates. And B, drop shipping isn't the low hanging fruit it once was in 2015, 2016, and 2017. Back then it made sense to get into drop shipping in my mind. Now it's just a really hard business, right? You know what I mean? So why not do affiliate marketing instead? So that's kind of my whole Shopify backstory and view on that now.
No, that makes sense. I don't get why people do, like people who are starting the businesses right now. I don't know, honestly, why somebody would really want to choose drop shipping, because if you're comparing affiliate marketing and drop shipping, they're equal until like a certain point. And then drop shipping, all the work just keeps piling up, or continuing, I should say. And it's like, oh, it seems like such a headache. So yeah, I'm with you. I just steer clear of drop shipping, in my opinion.
I figured that out in 2015 and I taught it a little bit, and it's just not what it was. There's so many, if you really want to do it, create a fantastic product and learn how to sell that and market it, right? But drop shipping just, to me, just does not make sense.
No. All right then. So, because there may be some people saying though, like, okay, I get it. You created a course. I get it. You posted content every day. But what would you say to the people that are like, but I don't have any followers. I don't know how to create a course. I don't know anything about getting a website ranked. What advice do you have for them to get started?
Yeah, I mean, so first of all, nobody knows anything when they get started. In 2016, I had been in this affiliate marketing scene for a couple of years now, and I still wasn't where I wanted to be. So I decided it was time to put myself out there. And I swear to goodness, the first video I ever created, the first piece of real live content that was my face I ever created. I mean, I looked like a hostage. I was standing there and I didn't know what to do. There was a fireplace in the house I was living at the time. I thought, hey, that's a cool brick. That can be my background. And I put a lamp in front of me and I turned my cell phone on and was like, here we go. And you just go out there and do it. And yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it's hard. But using your voice, your face, your authentic self, That's your number one competitive advantage. So you may as well use it. And the opportunity is too huge to pass up. Like, I thought to myself, like, I'm not going to sit here and let fear prevent me from making, at the time I thought, like $100,000 a year. You know what I mean? And obviously the potential is much greater than that. I was like, I'm not going to be afraid. I'm not going to feel stupid and then miss out on this huge opportunity. But kind of to piggyback on what I was saying there is when you put yourself out there, when you put your face out there, that's actually the easy way. What people don't realize, like, so running Facebook ads, really hard because you got to test and tweak, and the prices fluctuate. You got competition, and there's, people don't trust ads inherently, or, creating a blog anonymously, right? Like, it's so hard to get ranked number 1, 2, or 3 in Google. And that's the only way you're ever going to make money. Those seem easy, but they're actually the hard way. You put your face out there, the algorithms are designed to bring people who will like you for you. So it's like me and you, Ben, if we were sitting in front of a kindergarten class, right? There's 20 kids in the kindergarten class, and here we're there that day as guest teachers. We're going to help them learn how to tie their shoes. I'm assuming you know how to tie your shoes, right?
I do know how to tie my shoes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I know how to tie my shoes as well. We probably both tie our shoes the same way. And if we don't, we probably get the same result. We probably both end up with tied shoes. Well, if we sat in front of that kindergarten class and started teaching people how to tie shoes, half the kids would kind of get out of their seats and come watch you, and the other half of the kids would get out of their seats and come watch me. It's not because you're better at tying your shoes than me, or vice versa. It's just because people are naturally kind of gravitate towards people for whatever reason. And I'm sure there's some science behind it, but we don't have to think about that. If we just go out there and be our authentic self, then the algorithms, the YouTubes, the TikToks, the whatever else, they're going to find people who like us for us. And it's like the easy button. It's the cheat code. It's the hack. So just go out there and do it. And don't worry about the tech. You're not in the business of creating the best website. You're in the leadership business. Learn, do, teach. Learn some things and then teach it to people to help them better their lives. And guess what? They'll purchase whatever it is that you're recommending at that point.
That is really well said. And I like that kindergarten analogy. I might have to steal that. It's like, I always like to say, well, let me ask you this. Are you familiar with the show BoJack Horseman? Have you ever watched that show?
Me personally, no.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Well, there's this in the season finale of season 2. This is why it's relevant. BoJack's been trying to jog up this hill the entire season. And by the last episode, he finally gets up the hill jogging, and he passes out from exhaustion. And as he's like lying there on the ground, a guy leans over him and says, "Gets a little easier." And he's like, "What?" He's like, "Every day you do it, it gets a little easier, but you got to do it every day. That's the hard part." And to me, that is like, I equate that with affiliate marketing and creating content, because yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable first. You're probably not going to be good at it first, but every day you do it, the creative juices start flowing a little more. You get a little more comfortable, and it gets a little easier. That's what I like to say.
Absolutely. And once you do get to the point where you're at least somewhat comfortable with it, then you've created a barrier between you and the 99% of people who just won't do it. And those of us on the other side of the barrier, we're not competing with that many people. Like, all of us who are, for instance, with Legendary Marketer or what have you, we kind of all know each other because there aren't that many of us, because there's only a few of us who are just willing to go over the barrier and actually show up every day and create the content. It's the cheat code. It's the easy button.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of Legendary Marketer, since you brought it up, right now, that's to me seems to be one of the hottest affiliate programs out there right now. I think there's a lot of reasons, but we're not here to hear my opinions. We're here to hear your opinions today. Like, what do you think it is about Legendary Marketer that just so many people seem to gravitate to and really be successful with? Because that's the best thing about it, the amount of people who have had success promoting it, in my opinion.
Yeah. So there's a couple of reasons. So first, just kind of generally, what I discovered and have since reaffirmed over the years with the particular products that I've been successful promoting. So just for context, for anybody who knows, I've been successful promoting Shopify. I've been quite successful promoting the Knowledge Business Blueprint with Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi. I've been successful promoting ClickFunnels, and I've been successful promoting Legendary Marketer, as well as some, launches in between here and there and stuff like that. But the bottom line is all 4 of those programs are massive, right? And when you come in as a brand new affiliate marketer, nobody knows who you are. Nobody's searching for Ben's view on affiliate marketing or whatever. Nobody cares about you. No one cares what Brian had for breakfast, right? But they care about what they care about, and they care about the buzz. right? Like when people start hearing this ClickFunnels thing or this legendary marketer thing, or what Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi are putting out a course, like, okay, I want to get, Shopify, I can actually launch an e-com, like that buzz, right? And so what you want to do as an affiliate marketer is you want to ride the wave. You want to ride the noise created by the product. And what looks like saturation to the newbie marketers, if you will, is actually the market being educated at scale. So like if I came to you and I had two phones, and maybe I had an iPhone, whatever this is, and I had some no-name phone, even if this phone was 10 times more superior, I would have an easier time selling you this iPhone than this phone that I got from the future, right? Or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, right. There's the buzz, right? And when that buzz is in there, the market's being educated at scale. It makes your job as an affiliate marketer so much easier. So when there's a buzz on TikTok with Legendary Marketer, that makes it so much easier for a new affiliate marketer to come to the space and see success, because there's going to be, 10% of the people who just rush out and buy Legendary Marketer because, I make a bunch of money doing it, or you make a bunch of money doing it, or whatever, or we sell it the right way or whatever. But there's going to be 90% of the people who are like, boy, that sounds pretty good, but I don't know, this guy's been affiliate marketing for 8 years. He's probably a scammer. You know what I mean? So they're just waiting for that newbie to come in and say, hey, guess what? I took the leap of faith and I tried it, and guess what? It worked. And they're like, cool. So they kind of like, I don't want to, it's not like they're picking up the scraps, because that's not the way it is. It's just you're riding the wave. You're getting in front of buzz. It's so much easier than creating it yourself. So that's one thing. Like no matter what you're promoting, whether you decide to promote Legendary Marketer or something else, don't choose a one-off product. Like you wouldn't buy real estate in the desert. Like if you had unlimited money, you'd probably invest in real estate in Manhattan. Same thing with affiliate marketing. You want to promote the products where the buzz exists. And the other reason, which is another reason that I think Legendary Marketer, people are seeing so much success, is because first thing you should do is you should always learn the product that you're promoting. Well, guess what? Legendary Marketer teaches you how to become an affiliate marketer. So it's kind of like killing two birds with one stone. If I was going to start from scratch and learn how to create or learn how to market a tennis program, like how to play tennis. I don't know how to play tennis. So the first thing I would have to do is I'd have to go learn how to play tennis so I could create the content to attract the traffic. But then I would have to learn how to become an affiliate marketer, right? How to write copy and stuff like that. So that's two things you got to learn. Whereas with the Legendary Marketer, when you learn the product, you learn how to market it. And I think that's a big deal as well. So it's kind of like a shortcut, cuts your time to success in half. And when you can speed up the time, when you can see success 50% faster, it's a lot easier to stay motivated than what it normally takes. So.
All right. And if anybody wants to check out Legendary Marketer, click the link in the description.
It's a good deal. It's a good deal.
It is a really good deal. So you talked about riding the wave. Like, I think affiliate marketing, I'm still rather new to this, but I'm assuming, please correct me if I'm wrong, but affiliate marketing, like a lot of other businesses, there's going to be, evolution and pivoting and, the next new thing. So how can somebody, in your opinion, maybe stay on top of, that next big wave or that next big program they can start promoting?
Yeah. So the first thing I say is don't try to guess, right? Like don't try to speculate. Like something new comes up, like it's okay to hang back. Like, like for example, right now on the Facebooks and stuff, a lot of people are talking about this Clubhouse app. I don't know if you've seen.
Oh yeah.
If you know anything about it. So like, okay, cool. Maybe that's going to be a thing, but I'm perfectly content waiting another couple months or whatever before I really invest any time thing. Same thing with TikTok. It's like Gary Vee starts talking about TikTok. I'm like, okay, maybe. But I kind of wait till the first wave of mass adaptation before I kind of jump onto a new thing. And I kind of learned this by watching people like Neil Patel, who are kind of the OGs of digital marketing. Like, he, for the longest time, was a big blogger. And then I saw like, he kind of waited to go on YouTube until he was like, okay, I can't ignore the 800-pound gorilla anymore. And so that's kind of my recommendation is like, if you see something, wait till it becomes the 800-pound gorilla that you can't ignore, but don't wait any longer than that. Right. Mm-hmm. So that's like, if you're kind of in the space and you just want to keep your eye out for the next opportunity, that's kind of, like for instance, Legendary Marketer has been around for a year and a half, 2 years before this, but I kind of started to get to the point where I couldn't ignore it anymore. So that's kind of why I jumped on. And then do your research. don't jump on an opportunity just because it's an opportunity, right? Like, do your research. Do you believe in it? Like, for example, ClickFunnels and Builderall are two big website design softwares that have good affiliate programs. I went with ClickFunnels because I use ClickFunnels, right? Like, there's people who promote Builderall. That's fine. That's cool. I'm not saying it's a bad program. It's just like, I promote what I use. So that's kind of a thing. And then if you're new to the space and you don't have anything to promote yet, I kind of use a real simple 3-step formula to find a new product, or I would. And basically the first thing I do is choose the arena that I want to be in. I don't worry about niching down. I choose an arena. So an arena would be either the health, the wealth, or the love and relationships. You may have heard those referred to as evergreen niches or whatever, but I call those arenas because they're super huge, right? Then you find out which one you want to be in. Well, I want to be in the wealth niche. And most people watching this video, believe it or not, you probably want to be in the wealth niche because you're watching this video. So just go into that arena, and then find creators who are promoting the same thing, because we're looking for that buzz. And once you find people on YouTube or TikTok or Facebook or whatever who are all promoting the same product, dive into that product. And if someone's made a bunch of money, like $1 million, let's say, but someone is new to the game and they're starting to make money promoting that as well, then that's a good product because it's validated. There's the potential to scale, but there's also room for new growth. And if you follow that kind of simple 3-step formula, it's winner every time for me. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I think about choosing those buzzy affiliate programs.
No, that great advice. And I think everyone should, if you don't know who Brian is, again, I'm going to say is listen to this guy. It's early in 2021, but he's the MVP of 2020 for affiliate marketing in my book. And I'm sure he's probably going to have another MVP season this year with it. Says, you mentioned ClickFunnels, Builderall, the funnel builders. Like, well, one thing I like about Legendary Marketer, why I think it's so great for beginners, is because it takes a lot of the burden off of your shoulders, when you first get started. Like, if you don't know anything about building funnels or writing emails or anything, with a few clicks of your mouse, you can have all that stuff set up for you. So because of that, my feeling is that when you're new, you should really try to find a program that offers good marketing and sales assistance when you are especially when you're new. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm assuming you might be on the same page with that.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. And one thing that you said, which is really incredible, is I don't remember exactly how you said it, but handles the burden.
It takes the burden off your shoulders.
Yeah, like that's so key. Like when you're creating your marketing campaigns too, like how can you handle some of the burden, right?
Because I use ClickFunnels too. It's my funnel builder. I know there's a lot of people have strong opinions about it, but whatever. But like, whatever funnel builder you use, overall, I don't think they're that difficult to eventually like understand and move around in. But if you have no experience building a web page or building a funnel, it can be very aggravating and it can be very, very time consuming. And I'm a big proponent of doing things that will save you time. So if you can find a program that takes that burden off you, but at the same time, you can still learn it. You should still learn how to build a funnel, still learn how to write emails and do all that stuff, but you can go at a slower pace.
And the thing is if you're new to this game, you got to kind of enjoy the journey of it, because you're always going to run into something you don't know how to do. You're always going to run into something that doesn't work. You're always going to find frustration. For example, for 6 years, I built all my websites using WordPress, right? And then in 2019, I was like, screw this. I'm going to ClickFunnels to make it easier. And I opened ClickFunnels and I was like, I don't know what to do here. You know what I mean? And so I canceled my account. And then 2 weeks later, I had a problem with WordPress. And I was like, that's right, I got to get back into ClickFunnels. And I looked there, I was like, I don't know what to do here yet, but I figured it out. And you get it 6 years in the game. And I still had to be like, I don't know what to do. It's part of the process. Enjoy the journey. You'll feel good about yourself once you figure it out too. That's what's really cool.
My favorite thing is too, because then when you start talking to people who aren't like in affiliate marketing or even digital marketing, you start talking to them about like, oh, here's how you build a landing page or a website or integrating an autoresponder. They look at you like, oh my God, this person's a genius. Like he's like, so it's a little endorphin rush for me when I explain my job to other people sometimes. All right. So you promote a lot of different things, a few different main programs. Would you like, what's the best way to ask this question? Like, do you like use one channel for one product? Are you promoting like ClickFunnels, Legendary? I'm sorry, you said the Tony Robbins program. You're on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. Are you using the same TikTok for all three of those items? Are you creating three different, channels for each individual one? How do you handle that stuff?
Yeah, so that's a great question. It's super important too. So in the social scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just call YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, whatever the social scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
Out in front, right? It's always one product for me.
Okay.
And I learned this. I kind of fell into this with Shopify, and then I tried to promote multiple things up front and really failed and fell on my face pretty hard. And then I kind of like, oh yeah, out front, it's one product, only one product. It's non-negotiable because a confused buyer doesn't buy. And if you one day you're so there's a couple people in the space who they play the game where, hey, here's how to make $100 a day writing children's books, and here's how, and that's okay for attention and traffic and to get the brand seated. But like if you're not, there's two different games, I guess is what I should say. If you're gonna play that game, play that game. But if you're gonna play the other side of it, which is the game I play, is everything out front is about one particular program, one introduction to it, one here's the solution to your problem type thing. And then the only thing that might change is, so like I might have two TikTok accounts, one funnels to the 15-day challenge funnel, but the other one funnels to my Facebook group. But guess what? In my Facebook group, I talk about high ticket affiliate marketing and introduce people to Legendary Marketer and get people on my email list. So I think that really helps. It really helps establish you as an authority, and it helps put people at ease. They're like, oh man, this guy won't shut up about Legendary Marketer. He doesn't talk about anything else. I got to check it out, right? This has got to be my thing. Then once people come into your emails into the back, that's when you can promote other things. For example, I offer a done for you funnel that's a little different than the one Legendary Marketer wants. You can have it for free. I give it to you for free through email or whatever, or maybe through my Facebook group. Well, guess what? That's all set up on a page that has my ClickFunnels affiliate links, right? And that's exactly how I won the ClickFunnels Dream Card, just by giving funnels away and having my affiliate link there, shouldering some of the burden, right, that you mentioned earlier. Guess what? You're going to need an autoresponder. So there's an autoresponder I promote. Guess what? You might want to add lifetime value to your customers. So there's other white labeled products that I promote, but all that's done in the back end. I don't think I need to get into specifics of the programs, but it's one front end is my view of how it really becomes the most efficient marketing system.
Again, I'm glad you mentioned that. So, and I move this around a lot because I'm always fiddling with my emails and things like that. But you promote, let's say we're promoting Legendary. That's our one thing that they're leading off with. And somebody buys the 15-day business challenge. They're going through the challenge. At what point, would you say like, okay, all right, you're going through Legendary. Here, check out. You're going to need a funnel builder. Here, check out ClickFunnels. Oh, you need an email responder. Here, check out Aweber. Like, at what point do you start? I don't want to say pushing. I don't know if pushing those things is the right phrase, but introducing your audience to those different programs.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first thing just to kind of give you my philosophy on email sequences. So what I really do is, first thing I do when they opt into my list is obviously I send them over to the bridge page or whatever, outside of the email. But the first email I send is always like, hey, here's me. Let me introduce myself. The second email I send is always, hey, do you have any questions? And then if I'm sending an internal email to a new project, for example, then my first email is just going to be, hey, do you have any questions? Because obviously they already know me. So hopefully that makes sense, depending on where the traffic's coming from, if it's cold or if it's warm, who already know me. But the bottom line is what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to first say, hey, look, I'm a person, you're a person. We can all interact like people, right? That's super powerful in internet marketing. But the other thing I do is I want to get objections, right? So that's this, hey, do you have any questions emails for? Is like people ask me like, so if someone says, yeah, I have a question about this, or I have an objection about this. So if one person emails me something and then a second person emails me the same question, then I can almost guarantee that 10 or 50 or 1,000 people have that same question. So I can incorporate that into my email sequence. And then after those, all I'm trying to do is overcome objections and really show social proof, right? Okay. But to answer your question, I think after you get through that initial, like, hey, here's me, do you have any questions? Here's some social proof. Then at that point, I think anytime it can be introduced, as long as it's introduced in a way where you're shouldering some of the burden. For example, hey, guess what? I have this funnel you can use. You know what I mean? It's through ClickFunnels. You get a 14-day free trial and start, help you start playing around with it. Or, hey, guess what? If you're going to need an autoresponder, which you're going to need, I recommend get response because of A, B, C, and D or whatever. And if you just kind of position it as value, which that's what we're trying to do here, is like, hey, this is why you want to use this and I can help you, or this is why you want to use this because the other thing is bad. I think you can introduce it at any time, really.
Okay. You mentioned ClickFunnels, and I'm going to ask this question is just for me, so I'll probably cut it out of the edited version, but because I just got accepted to I really just started promoting ClickFunnels successfully 2 months ago. Yeah, you know, you have to sell a certain amount before you get to the 30%. I just got to the 30%. I just got my links to promote ClickFunnels directly, so I'm very excited. If I create a share funnel and share, you know, do the same thing you were doing, if somebody who doesn't have that link or have ClickFunnels already clicks the link, you know, to upload it, but they have to create an account, is that a lead for me? Is that like?
So it's funny you say that because I'm skeptical.
Okay, right?
So the answer is yes. If someone clicks on your share funnel and they create their account and they didn't have one, then yes, that's a lead. You'll get credit, but I'm skeptical at best. So what I do is I make sure anytime I'm sharing a funnel, I'm doing so on a page, right? Like a ClickFunnels page that first has my, hey, step 1, start your 14-day free trial. And that's the top button. Step 2, 1-click import your funnel. And even usually I'll include some sort of instructional video, whether it's 2 minutes, 10 minutes, or 30 minutes. And basically I always say, like, step 1, create your account, because if you try to import the funnel before you create your free trial, it's not going to come in. But if you do, watch, it comes right in. So yeah, the answer is yes, I think, but I don't trust it.
Yeah, I literally was, that was my thought. I was like, is that really going to work? I don't know, because I want, like, a lot of people, when they tell you with ClickFunnels, if you're going to start promoting ClickFunnels, like every day, I follow Spencer, is it Mecham? I can never say his last name.
I think it's Mecham, but I don't know.
Mecham. So, and I've had the pleasure of chatting with him a few times over AIM. Oh my God, dating myself there, Facebook Messenger. But he's like, if you're going to promote ClickFunnels, like, do like ClickFunnels for, you know, videos, ClickFunnels for lawyers, ClickFunnels for accountant, ClickFunnels for, you know, every single possible job. And a lot of people say include the share funnel. Some people just say include the link to click. So we'll see, I guess.
Yeah. So it's interesting, since we're talking about it really quickly. One thing that I've discovered is, so ClickFunnels is software, right? And it's quote unquote a premium software. It's more expensive than some of the other options. I think it's worth it, but that's not for really me to decide. That's for the viewers, and, you know, you decide for yourself, basically, is what I'm saying. But so basically, for us to make, as affiliates, to make monthly recurring revenue off of ClickFunnels, people need to keep their account open, right? Like if they sign up for the free trial, that doesn't pay us anything. Right. We only get paid when ClickFunnels gets paid. So what I found is, when I first started promoting ClickFunnels, I just created a bunch of share funnels that would help affiliate marketers.
Okay.
Be like, here you go. This will help you promote Shopify. This will help you promote Bluehost, right? And different share funnels that had kind of like mini courses. And I gave this away, but the churn rate was absurd. And there was just it would take, like, I'd have to get 100 leads or maybe 200 leads to make one monthly recurring revenue commission, and it would last for like 3 months. So when I found the difference is when I started tying it to Legendary Marketer, because it's tied to a paid program, the churn rate, I mean, drops dramatically. And I went from, so if it took me like a year and a half or a year to get my first 50 active members, it took me 3 months to get my next 50. Right. So, and it was because it was tied to a paid program. It's like people invested, even if it's just the $7 in the Business Builder Challenge, now they're invested. So they're like, well, I invested in the Business Builder Challenge, I got to keep my ClickFunnels account open. And that really helped out. So that's kind of a little bit of insight that I learned the hard way.
So with X, and it's funny you mentioned Legendary with that too, because can you integrate your ClickFunnels affiliate account with your Legendary account also?
Yeah, if you have the 14-day free trial, you can. But once again, that's one of those things where it's like, I'm going to double handle that, right? Like, I'm going to create my own share funnel. I'm going to make sure I get my affiliate link in your hands as soon as possible before you find it anywhere. But I'm going to do it. I don't want to say disguised as value, because it is value. We're shouldering a lot of the burden. The funnel I give away has been split tested for thousands of dollars of ads and hundreds of thousands of clicks, right? You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, that's a pretty big benefit. But once again, the main purpose for me is to try to get that affiliate click, right? That affiliate,
right. It's one thing to get a lot of clicks, but you want to get the right clicks.
Yeah, and tying it to the paid program has made all the difference in the world for me.
Okay, all right. So there, for anyone's watching out there, I think that's a good example how you can build your business by promoting products that kind of fit together like puzzle pieces, so to speak. Because
yeah, what's the next necessary thing? And yeah.
Because I think Legendary, I say this all the time, it's a great program to start with, especially if you're brand new to this business, start with promoting Legendary. But the goal is to have multiple passive revenue streams, right? Not just one. And I think if you get in that mindset of thinking like, okay, somebody has Legendary. How does the saying go? I always butcher the saying, but it's like once you solve one problem, a whole new set of problems are going to arise. So you solve the problem of somebody wants to learn affiliate marketing. Oh, Legendary Marketer can do that for you. Great. But then once they get the course, well, now what are the problems? Well, they're gonna have to build a funnel. They're gonna have to write emails. They're gonna have to use an autoresponder. Probably a bunch of other stuff I can't think of right now. And then you kind of fill in the gaps where they're
100%. And that's why you can do, we talked about this earlier, one front end product like Legendary Marketer. So, obviously, so you can get to, so just for example, let's say in a given month, 60 to 70% of my revenue comes from Legendary Marketer commissions, but there's still another 30% of my revenue that comes from back end stuff like ClickFunnels, monthly recurring revenue and stuff like that. And I don't know if that's an exact number, but that gives you a pretty good idea of like, cool. So if I'm making X amount of dollars, with Legendary Marketer, let's just throw a number out there just for fun. Let's say we're making $10,000 a month with Legendary Marketer. Hey man, I'm making $3,000 a month in back end commissions. And they kind of scale simultaneously, if you will.
Okay. All right. That's really good to know also. So for me personally, I'm a very impatient person. I have really bad ADD. I'm from Philadelphia, so those two things combined are zero patience. But I think I've noticed this tendency in a lot of other people too, because like I do TikTok lives Monday through Friday, and inevitably at least one time I get the question, how long till I make money? How long till I'm making thousands of dollars? And I feel like I'm telling people the right thing, but please correct me if I'm telling people the wrong thing. I try to say, my answer is always, well, try to change that mindset at first, because I know you see a lot of people, like yourself, people, Daryl Gray, he's a 17-year-old who's just killing it right now. You see people like that who are just, making all this money and it's great, and you want to get there, but like, you have to be patient. You have to take the steps. I say, affiliate marketing is a process. We in Affiliate say trust the process. So I say if you trust the process and focus more on your growth of your email list, growth of your social media following, making sure you're providing free value, over time you're going to see your business grow. And I think it's going to be allow you to be more positive about your business too. Honestly, I forget what the question I was asking you, but like, what do you think about that?
So in the beginning, it's really hard because in the very beginning, you don't even know what you don't know, right? You know what I mean? So that's obviously a tough spot. And it depends. For example, like how long is it going to take, right? Like that's the number one question everyone wants. How long is it going to take? Well, it takes until it takes, you know what I mean? Until it goes, right? Like, so for example, when I first started, I had a newborn baby. We were living in San Diego, so rent was expensive. I was working 50, 60 hours a week in the restaurant. I didn't want to forsake the time with my new baby to build my business. So I was like, okay, cool. I got an hour a day. So if I worked in the restaurant from 3 p.m. to like 1 a.m., I'd come home, I'd go to bed, I'd wake up, I'd hang with my wife and my new daughter. And then my daughter would nap from noon to 2. So from noon to 1, that was my side hustle time. So I worked noon to 1. I had an hour a day, and I worked on that 6 days a week. And so that means it's going to take me longer than someone who doesn't have those commitments, who can spend 4 hours a day. But that was my reality. And the number one key was I didn't try to necessarily squeak an extra hour in at 2 o'clock in the morning when I was super tired, but I also didn't skip that 1 hour a day. And then, you got to trust the process, definitely. And you also, though, you have to be a problem solver, right? Like you can't just sit there and trust you got to solve problems. So for example, you brought up Daryl Gray, and I don't know if this is true. The myth of Daryl Gray is also growing every day. But so for example, I'm in his Discord group, and one thing I saw was like one of the members of the Discord group, and I don't know what Discord is. I'm too old for that. But one of the members of the Discord group, he was like, I'm 16. How do I get paid? Because you got to get an e-wallet. And someone said, well, I think Daryl just asked his mom to create an account, right? Like, here's a 17-year-old kid, like problem solving. Like, okay, I can't create an international payout account. Hey, mom, sign this up, man. We're going to make some money, right? Like problem solving is huge. Like you gotta be your own advocate. Like I don't mind like answering questions. Like I'll answer questions from people on email all day long, but when it's something that can be easily Googled, it's like, man, you are so far from where you need to be if you can't Google like the answer. You know, like if it can be Google it. Like you got to be a problem solver. So yes, you got to trust the process. If you go in and let's say you have an hour a day to do it, then I mean, realistically, I think anybody could see success in 90 to 120 days. But once again, you got to trust the process. It's different for everybody.
I'm glad you said be a problem solver, because I don't think most people are like this, but you know, every once in a while, at least if I'm coming across it, I'm sure you're coming across more of these people maybe, that like you kind of get the sense that they have a problem, but they just want somebody else to fix it for them and they don't actually want to do it themselves. I mean, because I think an important takeaway is like you can give great information to somebody. You can give somebody you are giving people for free, actually, step by step, how to, you know, make money with affiliate marketing, but you can't actually make them do it. All you can do is give them the information. So like, I guess it kind of goes along with problem solving. I guess you have to also have the initiative to want to be able to like actually physically do it yourself, you know, because no one's going to do it for you. You have to like really physically make yourself do it.
Yeah. And that's, you know, it's funny you say that because, you know, I have kids, so I completely understand that. My son will flop on the ground and, you know, instead of tying his shoes, you know what I mean? He's like, do it, you know what I mean? But anyways, not all the time, but you know, kids always throw tantrums because they don't want to do something. They want you to do it for them. But, you know, that's kind of part of the reason that I stopped really selling courses, because so when you sell courses, people see you as their savior, right? Whereas me as an affiliate marketer, and an influencer, if you will, I prefer to be a leader, right? So that's kind of the view I've taken from it now, is like, and that's like, that's good for people who maybe are starting to see success or starting to build a following. That's a good mindset to have. Like, don't try to be the savior of everybody, because you can't make them do it. Just be a leader, and the right people will follow along, right? Like don't market necessarily to the beginners who want everything done for them. Market to the middle tier by example. And that's how it took me a long time to figure that out. But finally this year, the 2020, I finally kind of figured out like, okay, be a leader, not a savior. So
great point. And real quick, I just want to say I knew Daryl before he was a big shot, before he had like over 150,000 followers on TikTok. I was the one that told him to get on TikTok. And I now, what's that movie, Amadeus? I feel like Salieri and he's Mozart, because I was like, oh, Daryl, I have all these followers on TikTok. So I had like 10,000 followers. And then he just like skyrockets to the front.
But here's a cool thing. And I want to just kind of point this out. Earlier, we talked about being, you know, your unique, authentic self and the algorithms kind of work in your favor. So Daryl kind of has a competitive advantage in a sense that most of the 17 to 24-year-olds are going to kind of go through him. You know what I mean? So like, how old when were you born? If you don't mind, like,
I know I'm 34. I was born in 1986.
Okay. You're 34. So I'm 40. So we're basically attracting the same people. So he's kind of like out there on an island. So he does have that going for him a little bit. However, the people who are 34, 35, 38, 40, 50, right, who they're going to have a little bit more disposable income and be able to make moves. So we kind of have that competitive advantage as well. But the point is like, that just shows you, like, it doesn't matter who you are, what you are, like, you're going to attract people who are kind of like you. So you may as well be your authentic self and promote something you believe in and help them, you know, do that. So
well said. Well said. All right. Well, of course, we do have to get out of here in a minute, but just one more question for you before I let you go. And thanks again, by the way, for doing this. This is great.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. And thanks for everybody who tuned in. And if you have any questions after the fact, just, you know, you could probably find me around there. If you can't find me, I'm not doing a very good job. So
he's on TikTok. He's all over the place, everyone. Brian Brewer, remember the name. But all right. So I think we've even probably covered this a little bit, but just to put a bow in this whole thing. If someone is kind of just dipping their toe into that water right now, looking for an online business model, you know, they want to start making either extra money or they need like whatever the reason is. What's the first thing you would tell them to do? How can somebody get started the fastest?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, it has to be affiliate marketing. It just has to be. So the way I like to put this, and I'll try to be quick with this because I know we're kind of wrapping up, but so basically I call it 5 components of a business or 5 arms. Like any solid business, right, is going to have sales, marketing, product creation, customer service, and fulfillment. And fulfillment can look differently. It could be shipping physical products. It could be coaching. It could be whatever. But so those are basically the 5 arms. So if you go out there and you want to be a solopreneur, you want to create a course, you want to become a coach, you want to start an agency, then you're going to have to focus energy on all 5 of those arms. Whereas if you become an affiliate marketer, then you can focus 100% of your energy on marketing and let the company you partner with focus on the other 80%. Plus, the cool thing is we get paid like 30 to 60% commission. So we're doing 20% of the work and making 60% of the money. So that's the way I like to look at affiliate marketing. So that's the first thing. And then the next thing, it really comes down to, which I kind of said earlier, is like, pick your arena, pick your product that you believe in. And really, if you go with the mentality of learn, do, and then teach, it just works. You know what I mean? You attract the right people automatically. So I mean, really the first step is learning, you know what I mean? It's like, was it one of the, I don't know if there's somebody, I always remember quotes, but I don't remember who they were attributed to, but like, if you're going to cut down the tree, you had 10 hours to do it. You spend the first 9 hours sharpening the saw, and then, you know what I mean? Or sharpening the axe or whatever. You got to learn first. I mean, you just got to learn, and you can either do it through trial and error over the course of months or years like I did, or you could just kind of invest and take a little bit of the shortcut. And that the course or the coach is not going to be a magic bullet, but boy, it sure is going to be a shortcut. And if you choose, this is my final thought on this, if you choose a product that has an affiliate program and you invest into it, then you can share what you learn. It's going to attract people. Like if you teach somebody from a course that you purchased, they're going to be like, okay, that's kind of cool. How do I learn more about that? You can refer them to the program and you can make your money back very quickly. Like I mentioned, KBB, Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi. When I found I was late to the party on that because I started getting emails from all the biggest marketers promoting this. It's like, man, this is going to be huge. I got to get on this. And I had like 3 days before launch. First thing I did is I didn't even think twice. I dropped the $2,000 on the course. I spent like 18 hours a day going through it and I started teaching it and I made $34,000 or something in like the next 2 weeks. So obviously I made my money back, but now I have that knowledge that I got from that course for life. So it's hard to cough up that first $2,000 or whatever, or $4,000 or whatever it is, depending on which program, but it's worth it. And you got to learn first. So
learn, do, teach. I think that's a t-shirt. Like learn period,
yeah,
do
exactly.
period, teach period.
Exactly.
But yeah, well said. I don't think I could have said that better myself. And if you ask me, and I think you're going to agree with this, if you want to learn, if you want to do, you want to then teach, start with Legendary Marketer. It's going to
it just makes sense. It's a no-brainer in my mind. Like, you know, I get it. Like if I tell people this, I'm going to make a commission, but you're going to pay the same regardless. And it's, you know, I could promote anything on this planet and probably figure out a way to make money with it. There's a reason that I chose to partner with Legendary Marketer. So
awesome. And just a side note, don't do what I did. Don't go down rabbit holes of endless YouTube videos for 4 months and trying to figure it out on your own. This Legendary, like the reason I'm big fan of it cuts the learning curve down drastically and let's just stay focused.
Yeah, like in the beginning, I said earlier, and this, I just kind of want to jump on this. I said, you don't know what you don't know in the beginning. So if you go on YouTube, you know, you're just going to find out more stuff you don't know. You don't know what to search. Whereas YouTube is a great resource after you have a proven step-by-step plan, because then you could fill in the gaps with YouTube. But the thing is us marketers, we ruin everything, right? What's one thing we're going to do to attract attention and make our thing look rosy? Well, we're going to attack other business models, right? If you're not, you know, that's marketing. So if you're on YouTube, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to start following this guy or girl, and you're gonna be like, this is a good idea. And the algorithms aren't stupid. Once you start to get to the point where you're going to take action, they're going to swap in this other guy who bashed what you just spent a month learning. And then you're going to start watching him. And you know what I mean? Like, it's not like there's some guy figuring this out, but the algorithms are designed to figure that out. Like, okay, they get to this video and they're about ready to jump off YouTube and start taking action. Let's send them this video, which bashes everything. And it's a vicious cycle. So yeah, I mean, you really got to find a plan and then fill in the gaps with YouTube.
Well said. I think what better to end on that note. So Brian, hold on one second while I end this. But Brian, thank you so much for joining me today. This was great. And would you come back sometime?
Hey, absolutely. Anytime. I like to talk. So.
All right, man. Have a great day.
All right. Bye. Thanks for joining in, everybody.